Okay, back to CIA BS. We're looking at escape scenarios.
The false scrotum is a really interesting story. We were always interested in the possibility.
So that's to fit underneath a man's equipment, and nobody will notice it's false. Oh, and incidentally, I'd like to know how it stays on. What do? Put some super glue on it? And then when you rip it off, you rip out your... Well, anyhow, let's listen to the false scrotum.
Of our officers being captured and maybe being held prisoner. Around the world, our officers needed to be able to hide some tools so that they could make an attempt to escape if that happened to them. And the theory is that the false scrotum was one such concealment device. The question about the false scrotum is whether it was ever...
Yeah, that's a good way to conceal a lot of things, right? You can put a walkie-talkie in there, right? You could probably put some explosives, round explosives now. And if you're strip searched, nobody will notice that you have a false scrotum. They will say, oh my gosh, that scrotum is mighty big. But the extension of the scrotum is not quite so big. That looks pretty interesting, but I'm not going to even suggest that it's possibly a false scrotum.
Actually used. If you were going to be in a situation where you would be strip searched, you might...
Notice how it's always particularized to you. You might be strip searched, okay? And that's because they're just feeding you nonsense. They're personalizing it, putting you in the role with a false scrotum. Now, I don't know about you, if you're a man and listening to me, but I want to know how they're attaching that thing. Because I'm afraid if they use glue, it might pull something off when you take it off. So they never address little problems like that.
In advance, knowing that you were going into a life and death situation, prepare yourself, like Houdini, to have some escape tools. The rectal toolkit was a little bit like a suppository. You put it in case you needed it. It was important that it be very well made.
Whoa, looky there! Let's do a close-up on that smile. Oh my goodness sakes. This deserves a close-up. Now you do realize what he is talking about when he is talking about a suppository type escape tool box. You do realize, right? I don't want to say too much about it, but just look at that face. And by the way, look at how the makeup is all over the face. You can see it's so obvious here now. Looky here. You could just peel this stuff off. Okay? Look at that chin. But above all, it's the duping delight smile. So we'll just keep the close-up on this duping delight.
Be very smooth surface, that it not cause any injury coming or going. But inside of it were small tools that could be used in a variety of ways. It was not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. Look at this face. Not a bad idea. A false scrotum in a suppository. That's what the CIA was about. CIA, BS. End of video.